Hello and welcome to Garblag Games. Tonight we have a special one-shot two-parter that we're starting, and we are playing ShadowDark RPG. This is from the Arcane Library, and this is currently on Kickstarter, and it looked very cool, so we thought we'd take a little break from Fractured Empire, which had got to a nice pausing point, right? You just jumped to light speed in the last episode. And we would take a little dungeon delve with ShadowDark. This is, as I said, it's on Kickstarter, so it's not fully out yet, but we're using the quickstart rules that you can see the cover of on the screen. We won't be showing all the book and stuff on the screen, but if you want to go and check it out, it's on DriveThruRPG for free, and we will have a link somewhere below in the YouTube when you watch this back, and we'll share it on our Discord as well, so you can go and have a look at it. It's a let me get this. Let's do this right, shall we? First off, let's say who's written this. So it's created by Kelsey Dion, written, designed, and layout. And there's a whole load of people worked on the kind of art, and it's a very cool, old school kind of mashup between some elements of 5e, but a really kind of old school OSR style game where it's all about dungeon crawling, finding treasure. Treasure is XP, the old days. No one has dark vision. And you have torches and they burn out. And the game runs in real time, unless we say time passes for an extended search of a room, for example. So when you light a torch, it will last you an hour in the game. And this should create lots of fun, because obviously if you end up in the dungeon in the dark and there's lots of beasties running around, that's a quick way for a 3 hit point wizard to get horribly murdered. It's a light touch version of 5e, so light rules. There's a lot less complication in the character classes. We've got a we should go around. Oh, hang on, I've got Simon and Millie in the wrong pictures. There you go, that sorts it out. There you go. So we should go around and everyone can say who they are and who they're playing. And we're going to start with Millie and go clockwise around the overlay, which will come in handy later.
Hello, my name's Millie. I'm going to be Elbin Grizzlegut, the dwarf. The dwarf for this game is slightly poor of sight because I'm not actually at home, so I can't see the overlay.
Where are you, Millie?
I'm in Harrogate for Aircon.
Oh,
which is like a nice. It's not a little convention; it's quite big actually. Nice convention up here. I'm running some RPGs, so I'm going to be doing some Alien, some Versen, and some Tales from the Loop. And I've arrived and immediately come back to my hotel to play ShadowDark.
Thank you, Millie. Thank you for joining us.
Pete's made these pretty maps, and Albert Rodeo stuff, and I can't see any of it this week.
But next week, if your character's still alive.
Yeah, if I survive.
Or if you have another character. You can always do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, Elbin Grizzlegut.
And you're a priest.
Oh yeah, they're a priest.
So what special abilities do you have on your character sheet?
So because I'm a dwarf, I get advantage on hit point rolls. And when I read that, I thought that was really cool. Mm-hmm. So that's mighty, given that I have 7 hit points.
Yep.
7.
Yep.
And then I also have a little bit of spell casting. So I've got Cure Wounds, Shield of Faith, and Turn Undead, which sounds quite classic. Mm-hmm. I've got a crossbow, which I don't normally think priests get.
You're a dwarf, though. Come on.
Oh no, yeah, I'm a dwarf. And then I've got a mace, which is nice.
Classic.
And I know Celestial as part of being a priest.
Cool. Very cool. And what are the limits on your spellcasting? Does it say you have any limits on your spellcasting?
So you have to make a spellcasting check to roll it. And if I fail, I have upset my god Madeira, who's the god of laws, wrote the first laws and order, and they won't let me do it again.
Wow.
If I critically fail, I have to atone before I can cast it again.
Oh.
So it's like It's not even like I go
gotta
to bed and
get
say some
some
prayers.
legislation through or something in order to atone
Yeah.
with the god of laws, don't you?
Yeah, possibly legislation, but in the quick start it says like there's a monetary value. It gives you like a thing. So like given that it's treasure is XP, if I critically fail my spellcasting check, I've got to give up XP
Oh,
to be able to carry on with.
oh dear.
Brilliant.
It's cool. I like
It's
it.
brilliant.
Yeah.
I love it. But yeah, priest.
Excellent. Right.
Loving it.
Cool. Okay. Next, we'll go down to Simon. Good to see you back, Simon. I haven't played a game with you in a long time.
It's been a while. I'm Simon. I'm playing Saldini, who's a goblin wizard. He's got magic missiles and burning hands, and whoever's got the torch is going to be my best friend because I've got charm person as well. Yes.
Brilliant. And how many hit points have you got?
3.
3 hit points. Awesome.
3 hit points.
Awesome. So I'm thinking Zaldini probably wants to. Sorry, Zaldini wants
Saldini!
to stay at the back. Oh, awesome. Cool. Right, let's roll round to Lewis. How are you doing, Lewis?
Hello, I'm Lewis, and continuing the small people theme, I'm playing a halfling thief with 3 hit points. So,
this might be a short game, right? Or maybe your backup has to arrive and Uriel has to talk to them.
And my halfling thief is called Bilbo Grabbins.
Nice. And what abilities or special talents? Because I think classes get talents, don't they?
As a halfling, I have stealthy. I can turn invisible for 3 rounds once a day.
Nice.
I had advantage on initiative rolls, and I can stab people in the back. And I have advantage on the general thievery skills as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we're seeing the advantage coming through. Yeah, so advantage on rolls is obviously you roll twice and take the higher, or disadvantage is roll twice and take the lower. So obviously a 5e little holder. I think it's quite a nice, simple rule to actually add to OSR game. You know, it's kind of no fuss, no modifiers, it's just advantage or disadvantage. It's quite cool. Okay, so that's Philbo. Thanks very much, Lewis. And last but not least, we've got old Longshanks Pointy Ears. Who's that?
Hello everyone, I'm Dan and I'm playing Uriel Lyranda. I'm an elf fighter. I'm getting typecast on the channel, it seems, as the BT up character these days. I have a whopping 8 hit points.
Ooh,
so
meaty.
even though I'm a skinny little elf, I'm a bit harder than a dwarf. Just get those jokes out of the way now. Talents and special abilities wise, I've got Farsight, which gives me +1 to ranged attacks, and I've got +2 strength and advantage on strength checks versus opposing forces. Extra gear, I can carry extra gear. I've got 2 extra gear slots. And I'm a weapon master, which means I get +1 to attack and damage rolls, damage with my bastard sword. So I'm a hitty character, it seems, and apparently the toughest character as well. So I guess I'm at the front.
I guess so, Dan. Brilliant. Okay, cool. So we are going to bear with me 1 second. We are going to get right into it. So, as we said, ShadowDark RPG is a old blend of 5e rules, some modern rules, with a lot of old school style and feel. So there's lots of random tables. As we've already discussed, there's darkness is a big thing. You know, no one's got dark vision in the party. However, all the monsters will have dark vision. And you are really going into this hole to find treasure, to take it back to town, to buy some cool stuff and level up, right? There is an adventure in the free file that you get from DriveThruRPG, and it has it has a nice map in it, and let me see, just go down to the bottom to get the name of it, the Lost Citadel of the Scarlet Minotaur, which is great. However, I didn't want to spoil that on our channel, so if people who go and get the document the PDF can play that game without us spoiling it or giving it away. So instead, we're using one of my maps. you guys have been sent out to explore an area, as I like to do. So obviously, kind of creeping into my own little world here. You've been sent out to explore a large area of kind of overgrown, ruined structures that sit atop an old dwarven underground city. Yeah, and you have made your way around the area looking for potential ways in. It's massively overgrown. There's lots of plant life everywhere, huge verdant overgrowth. And you have kind of seen an area that has caved in. And going over to it, you have seen that inside here, a large rock has fallen from the sky, perhaps from maybe a layer above you or something on the world mountain, who knows, and smashed through a ceiling of some building that's been obscured by plants and roots and overgrown nature. Now, you've been sent by the Baroness of Pargranin to investigate this area, as it's renowned for having lots of lost treasures and old dwarven secrets. And so you rather boldly have ventured into this hole in the ground. And I don't know if you can see, and I would like to point out to everyone, we're using Owlbear Rodeo, right? And this is the first time I've used Owlbear Rodeo, so apologies if I mess anything up or it's a bit clunky. Yeah, none of us have used it before. And also, we haven't played ShadowDark RPG before, and we've kind of, between a few of us, cobbled together kind of an understanding of the rules. So it's very lightweight, though, and one of the main concepts of this game and many OSR games is rulings, not rules. And if something happens and we need to make a roll, I will just, if I don't know what it is, I will just say make a dex roll, and you roll the d20 and add your dex modifier, and I'll have a DC in my head, and there you go. Did you do it? Did you not? And we carry on. And later on, after this session, maybe if there's comments on the YouTube or in the chat, we can review the rules and worry about it later, but not to stop the story and to keep going. Yeah, so that's one of the kind of tenets of old school games. So the four of you have descended into this hole. I'm just trying to find the pointer. Now, can you see my pointer, guys? Those of you who can see that. Yep. Say yes, don't nod. I'm not looking at you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. Right. So, and our viewers can see that I'm tracing a hole. See that there's a dotted line now. Millie, you're standing the four of you are standing next to each other in a square, right, on top of a large rock. Around you, there's like a sloping away kind of craggy bit of ground and a broken tiled floor around that. So you're on a 2x2 little square, the four of you, and then sort of there's 10 foot on each direction around it. You've got light coming in through a hole in the ceiling. So this area that you're standing in is that I'm marking out for those who can see it, including our Twitch and YouTube viewers, is lit. But beyond it, there is darkness. Yeah, dim in this room, which is sort of 40 feet across each way. And to the northeast, there is a caved-in corner that you can see in the light. And obviously, there's been some seismic or rockfall activity that's crushed the corner of this room, and loads of rocks and rubble have fallen in, and it looks pointless to even go that way. Yeah. There are two exits to the south, and there is one to the north. You figure there was probably another one to the north, but it's probably been filled in by that rubble. As you look around, you get the feeling that there's kind of there's like a earthy smell, like a fungal smell, and it's kind of filling your nostrils, especially you, Zaldini. Goblins are well known for their fungus identification skills. You're getting a real sense that there's like, the water and is creeping in through the rocks and between the slabs and kind of allowing fungus to grow. You think there's probably some sort of clustered to the west and the east, kind of large fungal rubble piles. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to roll initiative, and we're going to figure out who is going to be the first player for the session. Okay, so what we need everyone to do is roll. You're all going to roll on the thing, aren't you? And here we go. We're going to roll. Right, Uriel's got a 17. It's a D20 plus your dexterity modifier.
How do I roll?
So that's 18 for Uriel then.
18, right? What did you get, Phil, by Grabbins? You rolled twice.
Yeah, I have advantage on initiative rolls.
Oh, look at that.
And mine's also an 18.
Okay.
I don't know how to roll.
So at the top left, Simon, there's a little button that allows you to open a dice tray. Top left.
Okay, yeah.
Click on that, and then click on a D20, and you should roll there's some cool physical dice. Well, model dice. Unfortunately, I thought this dice tray would show me your dice as well, but it doesn't.
Okay. And how do I make that appear?
Well, what you need to do is down the bottom of that little menu that appeared with all the dice in it, there's a little world symbol. Click on that, and then I'll be able to see your dice results in the left-hand column. The bottom symbol on that little bar that appeared when you clicked for the tray.
There's a little cross and then a little re-roll of the cross. Okay.
Down at the bottom.
No.
It says hide dice rolls or show dice rolls. Yeah.
Okay.
So click on that and then roll the dice, and then
okay.
And Millie, what do you get?
I can roll in this dice here.
Yep.
I got a 20.
Hey!
But I'm -1.
19. Well,
19.
Millie, that means you're first person. You're first player. So
Nice.
the person who can't see the map. I tell you what, Millie. Hang on. I can share it in our Discord, can't I? Here we go.
It's okay. I'm too scared to use Discord in case it crashes the video.
No, true.
It's all right. I'm
no
just
worries.
not going to touch anything other than this dice tray.
Cool. That's cool. Would you like to defer to one of the other players then as first player?
So there were 2 entrances to the south, one to the north.
Yep.
And a bunch of rubble. I think I'll very carefully get down off this like boulder or rock we've come in on.
Yep.
So I'll do that, and then I'll just sort of, because I've got a shield and a bit of chainmail and stuff, so I'm quite hearty in terms of getting attacked.
Sure.
So I will set up a head down and sort of set up a be ready kind of thing, if that makes sense. So I won't go too far ahead.
So it'll take you two squares to like get off of the rubble, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've got 30 feet of movement in a round, yeah.
Yeah.
So you could move 4 more squares, or you could kind of wait there. As you kind of step down and your eyes adjust, you've moved due west, right? Directly north of you now, there is an exit, and directly south of you, there is an exit. And directly west of you, there is this kind of rubble covered with... Now you're looking, even though you've not got dark vision, right? There's still some light in this room, so it's kind of dimly lit. Your eyes are adjusting, and you can see that there is some kind of... pile of rubble, and you think some sort of bones poking out of one section of it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll move like 2 more squares towards where the bones are in case they jump up and turn out to be undead.
Okay.
Some suspicious dwarf is suspicious.
Okay, you step forward, and as you do, you can see that this is an inert pile. There's no living creatures in this thing. However, make a here we go. We're gonna make a roll on the treasure table.
Oh, nice.
Yep, just for fun, because we're just starting off. But because you're not, this is not a monster or anything. This is just going to be like a low roll. It's a D100 table, but I'm already getting old school and making up my own rules. So can you roll a d12 for me, please?
6.
6. Okay, cool. You can see that there's something that is not a natural form. There's something like it's kind of like a leathery pouch kind of hanging out, and just poking out the mouth of the pouch is a coin. And you think it's not gold, it's not silver. It's copper, which is probably why you couldn't see it from far away. It's quite dull, but now you got closer, you can kind of see it.
Right. I'm still not going to go too far ahead. I'm not going to leave these folks behind. But yeah, I'll look at it. I'll keep eyeing it up.
Okay.
In between. Cool. But I'll just move ahead a bit and wait for the others to climb down.
Okay. Right. Next we go to Simon. What's Zaldini up to?
So Zaldini, annoyed that the dwarf has run off and appears to have found something, is going to pick up a stone and throw it towards one of the entrances to the south and say, there was noise over there. You should go and investigate. And then I'm going to run to the north exit.
Okay, right.
Giggling, I'm going to have all the treasure.
Which door?
Zaldini!
Which doorway do you want to throw it towards?
I'm going to throw it towards... so I'll throw it towards the left on the bottom.
Okay.
And then I'm going to run towards the top, giggling and cackling to myself in Thanian.
Thanian.
Because I can speak Thanian.
Cool. Okay. Right, so you throw a stone and you cackle and giggle and, say your bit. And then where are you going to move to?
I'm going to move to there.
Right. Do you have a torch?
No, I have keen senses, which means I can't be surprised.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I don't have a torch.
Well, in that case, you can hear noises coming from the room ahead of you. Subtle, shifting noises as if feet on stone.
I shall scream, I was wrong. They're this way.
Brilliant. After you scream, you hear more shuffling. Right.
If I've got enough movement, I'll move slightly that way and put my back to the wall and say,
Okay, cool. Right, that's Zaldini. Zaldini's going to get you all killed. Right, Philbo, your go. What are you up to?
Bilbo's going to look at the elf and go, better light a torch then. And I think I might skulk over into the darkness next to Zaldini, while across from Zaldini on the other side, and disappear.
Oh.
But with a stealth roll, not my invisibility.
Oh, not invisibility. Okay, right. Okay, cool. I was wondering about that.
Because it's still dark in here. Well, dim.
Yes, it's where you're standing is dim. So, Millie, they've all gone north of you and they're standing near the doorway that you could make out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, make your stealth roll then.
Which I also have advantage on.
Oh.
That would be Dex. A 15.
Yep. 15. Okay, cool. Right. So, you run over to that wall and kind of press yourself up against it in that weird way that Philbo has. He kind of disappears into the dim light of the room and kind of like, it's dark enough in here that that's successful. Right, Uriel, what are you up to?
So I've just seen a halfling just vanish into a wall, and he's just like, "Where'd he go?"
Yeah.
He said he was going to light a torch. Like, what happened?
I meant you, long legs.
The dwarf's over there. My character's not very intelligent. You said you would light the torch, so Uriel was just going to go and like, where they all run off to. Like Uriel's like, "Oh, okay, we're just going over here then, guys." And then he's just going to stand right in the doorway, right there in the doorway, and be like, What are you doing, Goblin? Why are you standing here, screeching? What's the dwarf doing? What are you doing over there, dwarf?
I was like being slightly...
So the dwarf was being kind of careful and cautious and checking, and then the two of you have just rumbled up like, "Hey, we're going on a dungeon bender." It's like, what? Right. So you've stepped up. Did you say you lit a torch?
No, I haven't lit a torch because
Okay.
I thought the
room beyond is dark and you cannot see.
Squinting down the hallway, trying to. No, can't see anything.
Yeah. So we're going to go back to Elbin.
All right. So I'm going to try and move up to them.
Yeah, they're all blocking the door, so you can't get past them. The elf is standing in the doorway.
You can.
Did you want
to? You can move through characters freely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, cool. Did you want to pick that pouch up? It's right next to you, or did you want to?
Yeah. Let's pick that up.
Okay, so you pick the pouch up, and it's 10 copper pieces in a greasy pouch.
In a greasy pouch.
Yes.
Nice.
Which always sounds nice. So did you want to move up to them, or did you want to go beyond them?
Well, I'll move up to them. Excuse me. I'll move up to them.
Yep.
I've got a shield and a mace.
Yeah.
Does that mean I can't carry a torch? Can you carry a shield and a torch? That's two, like.
Oh, that's three-handed stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. So.
I'm thinking you probably can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to say you can't. Well, you can, but you can't use your shield. Your shield won't apply in combat because you won't be able to use it properly. Because you'd be waving your torch in your own face. So
yeah,
you can carry it.
I will like rock up and be like, right, get behind me, light a torch, and then we'll move in. None of this running around and chucking stones everywhere. Let's be sensible. There's an order to things. Come on. And so I will, continue to try and be the sensible dwarf.
Okay. You're the sensible dwarf, followed by the crazy goblin. So, unfortunately, that was 0 XP for that bag of copper, because copper doesn't really count. Right. Okay. Cool. Over to Simon.
I shall swing my bag round, cursing in Draconic, and I shall hunt through and pull out a torch.
Okay.
And then I'll use the dwarf's chainmail to light my fire from my. I've only got the flint. I left the steel at home, just the flint. I shall light a torch. I shall light a torch, and then I shall go and stand behind the dwarf, muttering in Goblin, I wonder how good dwarves' beards burn, and cackle some more. I'm holding a torch though.
Wow. Okay, so you've lit your torch, right?
And I'm standing behind the dwarf because I was told to.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've just erased some fog for you. So you should be able to see now that there's a room ahead. As you light the torch, the light... Right, so it's 9:40. Yep. You've got an hour with that torch. Okay. So... Oh, I've got a timer, actually. Here you go. Look at that. On here.
I was just setting a timer on my watch.
Little hourglass reading is in the bottom of the corner.
Yeah, I can see
Nice.
Yeah. I think the viewers can see that. We've got 58 minutes and 47 seconds. There we go. Cool. So if I talk for a long time, then you guys will run out of light. So you can see a room beyond, and it kind of stretches forward. There's another pile of rubble that seems to have blocked potentially an exit further up. And kind of lying diagonally across this chamber, there is a fallen pillar and some large rocks. It's forming a sort of barricade. Uriel and Philbo can see this, okay? And on the other side, I'm just looking for an appropriate token. It's not a goblin. Unfortunately, I'm limited on the choices in. Actually, I shouldn't use goblin because, for other reasons. I will instead use this. Oh, no, maybe not. There we go. That'll do. This is the Titan token, but they're not Titans. There are two figures that you can't really tell what they are at the moment, shuffling around behind this thing. And as the torch lights, they put their head up. And you can see, Uriel, that there are... sorry, Philbo, because you're next, right? You see that there are two lizard folk, crouching behind this thing, and they've got kind of like little bows that they're about to pull out.
So they look like they've spotted us as well. Then.
Well, they've seen the light come into the room,
Yeah.
right? So they're aware that you're there and close, but not exactly where you are. They're kind of that moment there was them kind of moving up and bows in hand. You're not sure whether they've clocked you through the doorway or what.
So if I were to suddenly spring out and fire my crossbow, would that still count as them being unaware?
Yes, I guess we should probably do we need to make a surprise roll? That's what I was just trying to see. Stealth and surprise. Here we go. Stealth and surprise. Much a surprise. If combat has yet started yet, those with surprise take 1 turn before the combat initiative roll. See combat initiative on page 50. Let's begin.
Do we want to give that a go, people? Or shall we just run the other way?
We're near the start of the dungeon, so it's a good place to die.
Yeah,
this is true. This is true.
It's easy to drag Philbo's corpse back out.
I mean, generally, anyway, he's quite small, isn't he? So
yeah. As long as Dan's character stays alive, just carry us.
Then you'll be okay.
Yeah, sure. So Philbo's gonna hop out and say "Oi, oi!" and fire his crossbow.
Where are you going to move to? Because you'll need to actually move in order to into the room somewhere to.
I can't just peek around the corner.
There's you and them, and it'll be a bit disadvantage if you do it from there.
Well, Dan's next, so I'm gonna hop in front of him for a second.
You can break your movement up, right? So you can move out too.
I'll
shoot,
move out,
and
fire,
then move back. Yeah.
At the one directly ahead of me, and then skip back to the other side.
Okay. Cool. So which one are you going to fire at?
The one on the right. The blue one. The dark blue one.
There you go. Sorry, I clicked on the similar colour on the other guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to target blue.
The blue one. Oh, no,
Okay.
they're both blue.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that hits.
What did you roll? You rolled a 2.
A 2 plus my dex bonus is 5.
Now, there is one last thing that we forgot
Oh, my
about.
class is 0.
Bear with me 1 second. Isn't there luck? Where's the luck bit?
Oh, yeah.
Luck.
You can get luck.
Sometimes the GM awards a luck token to a player for exceptional role-playing heroism or just plain coolness. Each player can only have 1 luck token at a time. Cash in a luck token to re-roll any roll you just made. So people can in Twitch chat can buy points of luck.
Can buy Philbo luck.
But we're probably a bit late for Philbo. Yeah.
Well, I'll hop back again then to the other side.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. To the other side. Cool.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Right. So I'm just now adding all your names on there. As I said earlier on. First time on Owlbear Rodeo. So here we go. Okay. So you missed the guy. So you fire. Hits the wall on the far side. Clanks off the nicely cut dwarven stone, which even after hundreds of years is still looking good. And
As
it's
he
like
hops back, I'll pat Uriel on the back and go, "Good luck, son."
Okay, Uriel, it's your go.
Uriel takes this pat to mean his job is now to go and kill these guys. So not nearly as fanciful as the halfling bouncing into a corner and bouncing back out again. Uriel's just going to be like, ha! And a big old sword and run around the corner, and he's going to finish. He's going to leap up onto the boundary and be like, ha! I have the high ground, and then strike down at the purple one.
Okay, first up, Dex roll to jump up on the thing.
Okay,
as part of your move.
+1, so that is 12.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yep, it's not that high. A 10 would do fine.
Okay.
You now have advantage on your next attack because you caught them unawares and you're up high.
Okay. Is it strength for hitting in melee?
Yes.
Okie dokie. So that's 12 plus 3 plus 1. Oh, no, it's advantage as well, isn't it? So I got to roll 2, haven't I? So my second one was 13. So 13 plus 4, 17.
You hit.
Excellent. So then my sword does. So my sword, it says +4, 1d10 plus 1. What does that mean?
That's how much damage you do with your sword.
Okay, I rolled a 10. So is that essentially +5 then? Is it
No.
1d10
plus 1.
1d10 plus 1. I don't know what the +4 is for then. Or is that is encumbrance?
That's your +4 to hit.
Ah,
and
that
then
makes
your
sense.
10 plus 1
Right.
damage.
Okay. Yeah. So I've just done 11 damage. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you leap
Oh wait,
up.
no, 12 because my talent, weapon mastery. I get +1 damage. Oh, I'm +1 attacks.
That's
So I
that +1 damage is probably already factored in. That's probably why you get 1d10 plus 1.
Okay. Fair enough. Yep. That's fair.
Unless your strength modifier is +1.
My strength is +3.
Okay. Right. Well, anyway, it's a moot point because you step up and this guy raises his head above the thing and you promptly lop it off and it flies across the room and pins itself on the crossbow bolt that was sticking out of the wall. And he is no more.
I think I got him, Mr. Philbo.
Cool. Okay. So, next you've got a surprise round, right? So, Millie, you get a go.
Well, I would like to. I'm not going to do any fancy leaping. I'm just going to big sigh. I appear to have come into a dungeon with a load of maniacs. Okay.
Players or characters? Yep. Sorry, I'm not sure.
All of the above. And I will. Is this barricade so high that I won't be able to swing over it?
No, you could swing over it, but you'd be at disadvantage because you're attacking over the barricade. That's the whole point of it. Okay.
So I will, if I can, with my 6 squares, get up to whatever one still has a head.
Yes.
And
you kind of swing between Uriel's legs as he's standing, very heroically on top of the pillar. But you're just with your mace, whoosh.
Bang. And I will attempt with disadvantage.
Go for it.
I rolled a 2 and a 4, so that would be 4.
Okay, so that's a miss, unfortunately.
Yeah. Get out the way! Why are you standing on the pillar?
You hit Uriel. You don't hurt him, but it's you brush his leg, so it deflects your attack. He's just showing off a lot. Cool. Let's go on to Simon.
You're on mute, Simon.
Hearing all this commotion, I'm going to, with my torch, I'm going to walk forwards till I get to the corner, and then I'll pop my head round because I'm not really that brave. And then I'll see that one's dead, and then I'll become brave. And then I'll 1, 2, 3, and then I'll run in and try and stab him with my dagger. Can I do that?
1, 2, 3. You'll need to make an athletics check to get over the barrier.
Do that.
A dexterity roll. Sorry.
Yeah, that's What were there? So I got 17 plus 2 for my dexterity, 19.
Cool. You jump over it, vault, backflip over it, however you want to do it.
I think I just basically just like leap over it, like waving the torch above my head, like woohoo, and stab him.
Okay.
Although I'm probably not going to stab him because my strength is 8, so I get -1. And you can see that, can't you? Yeah. So I've got 5. -1 is 4.
You miss.
I was far too busy.
You're showing off.
Getting excited about leaping over the thing and not dropping the torch and burning myself.
Well, D-Huts just gave you a reroll, so you can use that if you wanted to.
Oh, go on. No, I'm all good. I've missed.
Save it for a spellcasting roll. Okay, so you leap over. An impressive vault from Zaldini, like backflipping over the barrier, but he like can't get his dagger out of the sheath, and he's like, cool. Okay, so that is your surprise round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll. I'm going to roll initiative for the lizard folk, and if their initiative is higher than 19, which is what Millie got back at the big.
No, we all roll again now in initiative.
Oh, do we?
No, in combat.
We all roll again. Okay. Let's go for it then. We can get a nice little. Let me see what these ones are. Oh,
I got 14.
That makes.
I wish I hadn't have said that because I get 2.
Yeah, I've got 13. It's
okay.
Not an improvement.
And now I'm included in the clockwise round the table, basically, right? On the overlay.
Yeah.
I rolled a 5. So who got the highest?
Me at 14, I believe.
14. Okay. Right. So, whoopsie daisy. There we go. Hide that. So it's going to be Uriel first, fitting, astride heroically on the barrier, and then me if I'm still alive at that point. Now Zaldini is in the room. You can see that there is a. This door is actually open over here. Yeah, that door is open, and you can see inside. There's some horrible, stinking, fetid, gross water filling there in the light of, and it's kind of a strong scent. You know, lizard folk don't have the same. They like swampy stuff, whereas you guys don't really. Cool. So Uriel, what are you up to?
Oh, he's already like, ha! High ground again! Ah!
Okay, go for it. Oh dear. Okay. Right.
He was too busy showing off.
So you rolled a 1. You do have a reroll.
Oh, I will
D-Huts
use...
gave everyone a reroll, but I think we should keep a critical one. That's
well,
like.
It depends. What is going to happen?
You were gonna. Have you seen that bit in the Goonies where they're walking across that pole where it's all greased up and they slip and their legs go either side of the pole and they land groin first on the.
I'm not sure I want that to happen. So, like,
okay.
Right.
Roll again. Then.
I'm going to use
Roll
my.
again then.
At least it wasn't a critical.
Okay.
I mean, it's got +4 on that, but I don't think that's going to hit
you
somehow.
Miss.
Yeah.
Miss. Okay, you're like, you nearly fall off. This thing's not quite as stable as you thought it was, and it kind of rocks a bit.
You've betrayed me, high ground.
And the creature looks up at you like, ah. You are the pride. I mean, you're standing like this, in front of it. It's not hard for it to attack you. It's going to pull out a sword, short sword, and stab you. So here we go. Let's get this, and we're going to roll this. Or not, as the case may be. I rolled a 4. Don't know if you can see my 4.
Yes, I can.
Yes. So I rolled a 4. So yay. Also don't like that colour of dice. Look, the Owlbear Rodeo options. Let's get red ones. That's good. Okay. Right. Let's tuck my dice tray away. So he missed. He's actually going to move away from you.
Run away.
And as he runs, he's going. And you now can't see him. We'll retain the same initiative. Millie.
I fear we're going to have to see a dwarf try and climb over this barricade, aren't we?
To your left, there's a kind of collection of large rocks, because this pillar's not big enough to go across the width of the whole room. So you feel more confident. That's like rock climbing. That's more of a dwarfy thing. So I think.
Yeah. All right. I'll move down that way.
Let's have a dexterity roll. This barricade's a bit tricky. You might hurt yourself getting over it.
11.
That's fine. It's a DC 10 to climb over
Excellent.
it. So you climb
It's not
over
graceful.
it. You're now sort of 5-10 feet away from the exit of the room, into which there's a kind of diamond-shaped room with a passageway going off each of the four corners: north, west, east, and south. North and west are blocked by rubble. East is where you would come into the room, and south is therefore leading away somewhere else. You don't know where. And the floor of the room looks gross.
Oh no.
And like covered in some sort of, it's leaking in through the rocks that have the cave in, and it's kind of manky looking eutrophic water that's kind of, looks really, really nasty.
Okay. But this lizard person, how far away am I from him now?
Well, you can't see him at the moment because he's gone around a corner, but
Right.
3 steps would get you to see round that corner.
Okay. Well, I
And
will.
you've
I
already
will.
done 2, so you'd have 1 left after that.
Well, let's hope he's within 1 step.
Okay. You move to the end, and you look. You are now standing in this gross water, and the stench is kind of filling your nostrils, and it's pretty horrible. But you do see the guy. He just literally ducked around the corner, and you could move 1 step forward, and you'd be in close combat, so you could hit him.
Yes, I would like to hit him, please.
Okay. Let's go.
18.
Oh yes,
Hit him with my mace.
it's a good hit.
It's a good hit. Let's see. I get 1d6, which I rolled a 6. I like
Oh.
real dice.
Okay. He's kind of running out of the room, and you kind of chase after him, and he turns to you, and you swing your mace, and your mace crushes his face against the wall,
Nice.
and all his teeth kind of come out, and his head caves in, and he dies.
Nice.
There you go.
1-1 now, elf. Keeping with the tradition of scorekeeping
Yeah.
between dwarves and elves.
That is the end of your go, Elbin. The smell from this water is starting to fill your nostrils and make you feel slightly lightheaded.
Oh,
Could we have a constitution roll, please?
I don't add anything to this. But it's a 15.
Okay. You're fine. Okay, round to
Were
Simon.
I not a dwarf? Yeah, it stinks over here. You need to be hardy.
Oh, Elbin, you can also hear people to the south moving around. I need to get some more figures on the board and hide them.
No. Yeah, I don't think it occur to me to warn folks who are further away, because we'd do this logically and nicely, and we'd clear rooms properly rather than just running around like lads on dungeon crawl.
Lads.
Right, what's Saldini doing?
Loots.
Zaldini's just going to be quite cheerful because there's no bad guys anymore. So I should just look at the elf and go and then whilst I'm trying to distract the elf by talking about this fierce dwarven warrior fighting this lizard man, I'll be rooting through the corpse lying at our feet for
you're going to
whatever
search.
treasure.
You're going to search the creature. Right, here we
Yeah.
go. This is where the fun begins. Right, monsters, treasure. What loot monsters carrying table? Right, okay. Let's have, again, this is a D100 table, right? But they're not very high level creatures, and they're not going to have anything too expensive on them. So we're going to have a D20 roll for this lizard guy.
Oh wow, you can have different styles. That's so cool.
Yeah. I do like that, the different dice you can choose.
Oh, I was so nearly 19. I could see it was so nearly 19. 3.
It's a 3. Okay.
Yeah, but it rolled off the 19 onto the 3.
You find a torch,
Okay.
which is worth 2 copper pieces, or an hour of light. Depends on what you want to do.
I won't take the other one off my character sheet then.
Speaking of which, you have 36 minutes remaining. Okay. So, that's your action, right? Searching the body, but you can move if you want to.
Yeah. So normally the way you get through slime is you run at it and then brace both your legs so that when you go, you just go in style and you don't fall over, you see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I imagine as a goblin I'm quite happy in a bit of slime and sludge and
your
stompy.
Make a constitution roll.
D20.
It's going to be easier for you because of your reasoning, which I love. And you're holding the torch, right?
20.
Oh, cool. Okay, you're fine.
I'm loving it. I'm doing that kind of splashed in puddles thing.
Okay, Zaldini, you can see down the corridor into what looks like some sort of guard chamber. There seems to be some tree trunks that have been chopped into kind of round sections and set up in this room. They look like 3 small seats. 1, 2, 3 around a larger one, which clearly it's got some food or something on it, like it's a table, right? These weapons lying on the floor aren't lying on the floor. They're illustrative to someone looking at my map that this is a room where there may be weapons. So it's like a guard chamber. But that's what you can see. You can hear noises coming from that room, but you can't see anyone. Okay, next we have Philbo. Philbo playing catch up.
Yeah, Philbo's gonna rock into the room. Go, good job, crew.
I like the way it's like some Eastern gangster halfling. All right, boys.
Yeah, my reasoning was a mix between Phil from EastEnders and just a thief.
Fair enough.
Anyway, Philbo Grabbins is going to look about as well. Is there anything else of interest in this room?
No, because the other lizard folk ran out of the room, right? So this is just
just the pillar.
This room
and
actually,
lizard.
now that you look at it, the room's been pretty much like tidied. Yeah, apart from this barricade. There's obviously that big pile to the northeast, that big rock pile, but that's like big chunks. It's impassable, basically. So the rest of the room has kind of been not swept or anything, but like maybe pushed. The rocks were jumbled about in the room and they've been sort of nicely lined up into this barricade kind of thing. So it looks fairly sparse.
Okay, so I'm going to use the rest of my movement to walk past Uriel there.
Okay.
Go. All right, Uriel. Can I then, instead of an action, use movement again?
Yes, you can. Yep.
Yeah.
Where are you off to?
How far could I get?
2, 3, 4, 5. You could get to there if you wanted.
What do the walls look like around there?
The walls are clean cut dwarven stone 300 years ago. Now there's kind of a bit of mold creeping in between them, but not much. This cave in to the north with all the slime and gunk coming in is the main problem.
My point is, would it hold halfling weight? It's mold and grime and cracks maybe, or will I have to wall run it?
Oh, you want to kind of climb a way around it rather than step in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dexterity roll.
I mean, I'm fine with leaping on the dwarf's head.
Dexterity roll.
Yeah, sure.
And then we can describe what happens.
So am I climbing, or
do you have a special climbing ability?
Yeah.
Yes, you're climbing. You're sideways spider climbing, basically, right?
In that case, a 17.
Ooh, very nice. So you shuffle around you don't jump on the dwarf's head. You consider it for a moment, but then you think better of it, and you crawl around the wall to get to the other side. I'm going to say, because you made that roll to avoid it, I'm not going to make you make a Constitution save because you're not standing in it. So you avoided the hazard. Awesome. Right, next we have Uriel.
Uriel's feeling a little bit lonely. He's been left behind. Everyone's like running off. So he's going to come down the tunnel and then see the slimy stuff. And he is an elf. I'm pretty sure elves in every setting don't like grime and horribleness.
Absolutely.
So he's just seen Philbo do some cool acrobatics climbing a wall.
Yep.
But the wall's also dirty. He doesn't get mud under his fingernails. So he is going to bounce bit of parkour off the wall, off the dwarf's head, and onto the landing point.
Where are you moving to? In front of Philbo?
Yeah, in front of Philbo. So it's going to be jump, and then sort of basically land.
Okay.
Next
so
to Philbo.
What's going to happen is, right, whatever happens, you're going to pass. But if you fail the roll, you're going to hurt Elbin.
Okay, right. I'm rolling dex then, yeah?
Yeah.
Everybody close your eyes. It's going to be glorious. With a +1 is a 9.
Okay. That is not good enough. So, can you roll... No, Elbin, you take 1 point of damage as Uriel parkours off your skull and round the corner, landing over Philbo, who's luckily just short enough to not catch the elf's high heels or lifts on his head too. So you're kind of it's kind of knocked you. Have you got a helmet? It's like knocked your helmet askew kind of thing.
Doesn't say I've got a helmet,
but it's part of your chainmail type thing. Yeah.
Like I'm not a garden dwarf. I'm a priestly dwarf. You can't like jump on me.
I would have jumped on the goblin, but you were closer.
Brilliant.
Sorry. and you were turned around. You were kind of turns around and like sheepishly walks down the hallway because that didn't quite go as delicately as he would like. Right,
29 minutes left on your torch, and I need to quickly go and grab something. So I need to get another drink. So we'll take a short break, and I'm gonna stop that timer for a minute. It was on 29 minutes, and we will be back shortly. Apologies. Stay with us, and we will see you in just a few minutes while I refill my drink. And we're back. Sorry about that brief break there, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us. And if we remember, now our viewers can see stuff that the players can't. Obviously, that's the advantage of watching this kind of thing. You guys have just gone through a stenchy corridor, and Uriel just parkoured off the top of Elbin's head, putting their helmet askew, and you can see down into this chamber, which looks like some sort of guard room. Yeah. you can hear noises from that room, but you can't see anyone. And it's back round to Elbin.
All right. So hopefully it's a free action to just adjust my helmet and put it back on properly. And take a deep sigh. And just be like, I am surrounded by maniacs. And nobody here has got an ounce of sense between them. And I will... so where are we going? Like, there's a room...
So there's a corridor going south. It's about 20 feet long. And then at the end of that, there's a 20 by 25 foot kind of rectangular that way room. And there's some chairs and a table made out of like logs.
Oh, the
Just
logs,
like,
you said, the logs,
it's kind of chopped up. And that's so you can kind of see into the room, but you can't see anything beyond.
There's there's a dead lizard folk that have just got to shake all his brains off my mates.
Philbo is. Yeah, that's where Philbo is.
Oh, Philbo's there. All right, I'll assume the thief will be interested in stuff, and I will go and take up a defensive spot. Like,
you can hear noise in the room, but you can't see anyone because of your angle. You can basically see out of a corridor into a room.
Okay, so I will
clearly hiding around the corners or something.
I will. Oh, actually, what I could do is try to cast a spell.
Ooh.
So I will cast upon myself Shield of Faith.
Okay.
So it's a tier 1 spell,
right?
Which means its DC would be 10 plus its tier, make it 11. And I have +4 to my spellcasting roll.
Oh. And what does it do? What does it do before you roll?
So Shield of Faith gives me +2 AC, which would make my AC 17.
Oh.
So I'm hoping I can just go in and go tang 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 tang.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Uriel can jump off my head and
not
stab
hurt you
them
this time.
or something. Yeah. So I'm going to try that.
Okay.
I rolled a 10. I add 4 to it. That's 14.
Cool.
So my armor class is 17 for 5 rounds.
For 5 rounds.
5 rounds. And I'll be like, whatever hits me, hit it back. And I will walk forwards, compelled, shrouded in faith.
Yeah, so there's this glow, kind of shimmery pearlescence around Elbin, like a little force field. Now you got your movement would allow you to step 2 squares into the room. Do you want to go 2 squares in or just 1?
No, I'll go 2 squares in. I'll just like straight in and hope for the best.
So you walk right up pretty much to this table that's sitting in the middle of the room. And as you do, you hear the snarl of 3 lizard folk around you. They're kind of in the chamber, and you kind of like, there's 3 of them, kind of thing. And let's give them all a colour: blue, orange. I love the simple kind of put a ring of colour around it kind of thing. That's really handy for our viewers. Cool. Okay, so that was Elbin. Now it's Zalini.
So one of my spells is Burning Hands.
Right.
1d6 damage, all creatures in close. What range is close?
Let's have a look at the combat rules. This is a good question. I would assume that's like in contact with you, but let's have a look. Ranged attack, cast spell, terrain, casting spells, range determines close, near, or far. Do the spell's effects. Self range means you can only do yourself. Let's do close. 5 feet. So that's anyone around you. So basically, you just go all around you.
So would that if I was stood,
you would get Elbin if you. Oh no,
I would get.
Yeah, you wouldn't get anyone but Elbin.
So 1, 2.
So it's basically anyone
4,
adjacent to you.
5. How many movement? 6. Right?
So you could run straight in.
So if I run straight into there,
yes, you can.
And then
go
flaming hands.
Yeah. Do you need to make a roll to cast your spell?
Yes, I need to make a roll to cast my spell. Let me see what it means. So I got spellcasting. So +1 on spellcasting checks. Spellcasting +4.
Yep.
And then it's DC 10 plus spell tier. It's tier 1.
Okay.
So I'm assuming I roll my 20-sided dice. I got a 3. I'm gonna roll that again.
So with a wizard, right? What it means, if you fail to cast that spell, you can't cast that spell again until you rest. You can cast other spells, but you just can't cast that spell again.
Right. So I rolled set. So I re-rolled it with my re-roll.
Okay.
So I got 7 +4 gives me 11,
which is the
and
DC.
+1 on, which is the DC.
Yeah.
So it's
cool. Right. So you do.
The maths is done as well. So that +4 in your spellcasting
counts that +1 already.
Counts the +1 for your talent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that.
Yeah.
I figured that was probably already in.
Right. So let's have.
Because it's +3 off my intelligence and +1 off my spellcasting checks. That works fine.
Yeah. So roll 1d6, and those guys will take that much damage.
Okay. So squealing, Dundee, and then smacking them both with the torch. I did them both 5 damage each.
Wow. Okay. Elbin, you are amazed at this. You've seen Zaldini do some magic on the way here, and in the few times you've been out on an adventure together. But this pirouette of fire that engulfs these 2 lizard folk is impressive, and then the screams as they perish are intense.
I think we're forming a tradition of my character being absolutely terrified of Simon's character doing magic.
I think that's probably
because that would look terrifying.
An appropriate thing, right? Okay.
Yeah, Elbin is terrified.
These 2 smoking corpses hit the floor.
There'll be lots of. Oh, sorry.
And then it's over to Philbo.
Can I swap my distant acquaintance, the crossbow, Mr. McCappins, for my close friend, Mr. Mustabbins?
Yeah, that's going to be like your action. Like as you kind of put one away, and if you dropped your crossbow and pulled your dagger out, that'd be fine. But
yeah,
put your
I'm
crossbow
not
away.
like we may be distant acquaintances, but I'm not going to drop him.
Still buddies though.
Yeah, I'll swap them out and move slowly up, but sort of hereish. And shout behind me, "Go on, long legs!"
Okay, so you're going to move to there. Cool. Then it's Uriel.
So, Mr. Philbo, sir, did you say go past you? And is there someone in there for me to kill?
Pretty much same deal as last time.
Okay, Mr. Philbo.
I'll make a shanking motion.
Yep, you go right into the face of the lizard folk.
No high ground.
Oh dear.
It's going to be one of those nights.
Oh dear. This one has a spear. Okay.
Wunderbar.
And and a shield. Oh, shield. That's important actually. Armor class is higher. Okay. Cool. So you miss horribly. And then it's my go. So I'm going to have a swing at you. So this lizard folk creature has got... Where's the monster section? Here we go. +2 to this roll. Here we go. Oh, that was nearly a 20. It was rolling on the 20 and it landed on a 2. Oh, that's annoying. I haven't got any rerolls, have I? Okay, so I miss you. Wild flailing. Oh, whoops. Rolled another one. Wild flailing ensues. But this lizard folk is now shrieking, and it seems to be looking towards this exit as it's going like this, and you can hear noises from further down the corridor. Okay, right. Elbin, you're standing in the middle of the room. Northwest of you, Uriel is in close combat with lizard folk. Southeast of you, there is an exit south, which is where you can now hear noises coming from.
Well, I know what Zaldini would probably do, which is run down the corridor screaming and setting things on fire.
Oh.
However, I am an honourable and sensible dwarf, so I will go and help the elf by attacking the lizard man.
You're going to help the dwarf. Okay, right, cool.
Yeah.
Right, so you step over. It's only one step for you. Step over and then swing your mace.
Oh, at 21, because I rolled a 19.
Oh, nice. That is a hit. So, a bit of damage.
Yeah, I only do 1d6, so that was 2 points of damage for this chap.
Oh, okay. Bash! You crush his arm, and he's like... "Argh!" Squeals in pain. Simon.
So while everyone else is distracted, on just this bit of wall here, this little bit here.
Where?
See where my marker's moving up and down a little bit of wall. See that?
No.
No. Okay. So opposite there's like a staircase, and then it goes around.
Yeah.
That little bit of wall just there. There's 2 little squares. I'm scrolling in lizard man blood. Zaldini was here.
Okay.
Spelled
That's going to be your
E-R-E.
action for the round.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not running down that corridor on my own. It's really long. And then I'm going to look at the halfling and go, if I can see him.
Can you see him? The halfling? Yeah, he's just there. He's just
is he?
there. Yep. Hang on. Bear with me a second. Just doing secret things. It's a shame you can't
20 more lizardmen appear.
duplicate. It'd be nice to be able to duplicate something, so you don't have to create 5 of the same dude. Okay, right. So it's now Philbo's go, right? So Philbo, what are you up to? You got McStabbin.
Yeah. My close personal friend McStabbin.
Yep.
Mr. McStabbin to you. But he's going to sort of nod over at Zaldini. Yeah, all right, mate. If I were to slide between Uriel's legs and stab the lizardman, would that count as a back stab?
That would be surprising, wouldn't it? You're going to need to make a dexterity roll in order to do it.
Sounds like fun.
Okay, and if you fail badly, then you will stab Uriel. You still have to make an attack roll, but you still have to make an attack roll, but you'd have to do it on Uriel.
Right. I'll
that's
I'll
fair,
roll my
says
dex
Elvin.
first.
Yep, definitely,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah, I think you should just do 1 point of damage to.
It might be
Uriel.
1d4 damage, right?
Would an 11 pass the dex?
Oh, It's
I have
gonna
a
be-
reroll.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough, I'm afraid.
Go on then. I'll reroll it. How is that worse?
Okay. Right, so you go and slide across the floor, and you gotta think, haha. But Uriel and the lizard folk aren't standing still, right? So like Uriel moves at one point, and you're like, uh-oh, please make an attack roll against Uriel.
Whilst I attack Uriel, I will shout at Uriel as if it's Uriel's fault somehow that I did this stupid thing. You muppet!
Brilliant.
That will be
This is gonna roll a 20.
11 again. No.
What's your AC, Uriel?
16.
16. Okay, I'm going to write that down. 16. Good to know. Okay, so Philbo, we're going to have to move you because of that. So you're just there behind Uriel. Uriel, the dwarf stepped up. The halfling's trying to stab between your legs and like nearly got you. And this lizard folk is like shouting and screaming.
Uriel feels mildly insulted that anyone felt that he needed this much help to deal with a lizard man. He's now obviously trying to fight whilst also dancing because there seems to be something small between his legs. But he will try to stab the lizard folk. But if I roll badly, it's Philbo's fault, and he's going to blame Philbo for it.
Of course.
Oh, for crying out loud. With +4 is 14.
I know he's got a shield. Yeah, he's got a shield, so that misses.
Damn it, Philbo! Get out! Down! He's actually hitting Philbo with the flat of the blade, trying to make him go back through his legs. Get back!
You see the lizard folk. You see the lizard folk consider sticking the spear between your legs to stab the halfling, but then decides not to. So in the lizard folk's turn, blue lizard folk is going to try and stab Uriel. So come on, dice, come on. I rolled a 16 with a +2 is an 18. So that's a hit. This guy's got a spear, so he does a d6 damage. 1 point of damage. Damn it. Okay. And then he's gonna move. To there. Okay. I suppose we should check later on after this game. I'm going to check about disengaging in combat and stuff like that. But there's no attacks of opportunity or anything like that. It's just like
move through them. There is, but
it kind of moved around. There's a way out.
Yeah, if you can move around them.
Yeah. Thanks, Lewis. I knew someone would be on those rules. Okay, so someone appears down here. And his name is Lizard Bow. And it's going to shoot at Zaldini.
Bring it on.
What's your armor class, Zaldini?
12.
12. Right, and then what's the range on a short bow? Yeah, we can shoot you.
Has he got any bonuses?
Yeah, let's roll. He's got a what's his dex? Hang on, let me check.
You're gonna get
no
9.
bonus. No bonus.
9.
What? I'm gonna roll a 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Nearly.
No.
I rolled an 11.
All right.
It like nearly rolled onto a 9. Viewers will attest to that. Okay, so an arrow hits the wall. And
He's so dead.
oh no, he's gonna go back there. So he
Oh,
disappears.
he's run off.
Yep, and then another figure steps out from a doorway. Probably wasn't actually in that room. Was probably actually in this room here. Stepped out and is going to shoot their bow down at Zaldini. Let's do that.
what happens when you set fire
12.
to everything.
When you start doing Zaldinis on the wall.
Yeah.
Even if they kill
It
me now,
says Zaldini was here,
was
and the
here.
camera pans down, and Zaldini's dead on the floor. So that's a 12.
Yeah, you hit. So my
Okay.
AC is 12, so I've got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I hit. Right, here we go.
You've hit.
D4 damage.
Okay.
2 points of damage.
Okay.
How many hit points you on?
1 left.
1 left. Awesome.
Yeah.
The next 6 lizard folk step out of the door.
No.
All shoots on
and then you see him. He steps back behind the door and is gone. Okay. Elbin, you're aware like that the lizard folks run away to the south, right? Went around you, went to the south next to the corridor going down, but didn't block the corridor. And some arrows shot down that corridor at Zaldini, and he's kind of dodging around, and one hit him.
Am I like literally pinned to the wall? I
Sure.
can just see.
Yeah, sure.
I can just
Like
see
your
it,
cloak.
literally.
Your cloak, which is too big for you, you're like
Yeah, just pinned to the wall.
it's your dad's wizard robe that you've borrowed. It's too big.
Stole it off a real wizard.
So there's a lizard.
I'm actually Zaldini Jr.
There's a lizard folk. Like you could step 1 square and hit a lizard folk, or you could go round it and go down the corridor. But they're probably quite far away.
Okay, I will step and try and hit this lizard folk.
Okay.
And then if I've got, like, if I succeed and murder it, I will continue down the corridor.
Okay.
I will use the rest of my move. That's the plan.
Cool.
So I'll move up. This dice is doing me well tonight. This is a dice that Graham bought me, and I appreciate it very much, my love. And it's
Fueled by love.
yeah. There's 21 to hit. So I got a 19.
That is a hit.
But I only did 1 point of damage.
Okay, you bash one of his arms, you bash his other arm, and he's like, ah! He's really hurt. He's like on his last legs, but he's not dead.
I'll be like Uriel, I've softened it up for you. No pirouetting, just a bit of stabbing. I'm turning into Philbo. Sorry.
I think that's what Philbo wants. Okay, cool. So you throw some insults at the elf, and then it's Simon's go.
So Simon is going to wave his arms around, try not to burn himself on the torch. Say healer in Draconic. Say healer in Diabolic. Say healer in Thadian. Healer in Orcish. Looking around it madly at anybody. Healer in Goblin. Finally, he's going to say in Common. Have we got a healer? And then I'm going to try and unpin myself from the wall. Is there a Lizman? There's a Lizman there.
Mm-hmm.
And I shall unpin myself and go up here somewhere.
Okay.
Just running off, going
Yep.
healer.
Yep.
Come back. It's me.
Okay.
I don't know, mate. I can only heal life.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Speaking of Philbo, it's now your go, I think, then, Philbo.
Yeah. Well, with Uriel out of the way, I'm going to have another stab at the lizard folk.
Okay. So you're going to move up.
I'm not diving between anyone's legs this time.
Okay.
I think that will probably hit.
Sure. So it doesn't make any
bonus
noise.
is 18.
Occasionally
Yeah.
I miss them because it's not alerting me.
Yeah, it's just an 18.
Okay, yes, that is a hit.
Plus 3. It's
that is
20,
that is a
21,
hit. Their
so
AC is
yeah,
16
Yeah.
because they've got shields.
Mm,
Right, let's roll
I
some
only
damage.
have a little dagger though. but
Oi,
it's
oi.
plus 4.
So how much damage do you do?
4. So
4.
I just go
Okay.
Have that, you numpty.
It's like the dwarf is like hitting him, and the goblin's going. Do you think one of those languages the lizard folk turned his head to, and then you kind of barrel over, Cockney style, and give him a Chelsea smile, he's horribly mutilated.
So are you saying Pargrannon is full of Cockneys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Just checking.
Absolutely.
Just checking.
Cool. Okay. So that's Philbo. Unless you wanted to move anymore, because you only moved 2 squares, didn't you? So you got 4
Can I
more squares.
move to the corner and peek around it, or would that be an extra action?
I don't see why not. Oh, sorry. There's no light down the corridor anymore, is there?
Oh yeah. Oh well.
To be honest, I probably would literally have dropped it.
Can
Well,
I
let's not drop
intimidate
torches,
the
we'll assume
darkness
someone's-
into retreating?
We'll assume someone's holding a torch.
Okay,
Isn't
yeah.
the floor full of like wet sludge? Sludge.
No, that was an earlier
That was the
section.
other room.
Oh, there's a bit.
Yeah,
Of,
yeah.
I was like, don't drop the torch in the water, please.
So with the goblin running away, you can no longer see
case.
down the corridor.
I'll skulk at this corner then.
Goblin, your torch is burning very low.
Okay,
With
I will
possibly 2 minutes remaining.
Okay, shall I transfer it to the other torch? Because I got one off the body.
Yeah, you can do if you want
Yeah,
to. I'll let
just,
you do that.
you know.
That's fine. I will restart your stop that timer, and let's go 60 minutes. It goes fit. Oh yeah, it doesn't let me doing that. There we go. I was trying to put 60 in when I should have just put an hour. There we go. Okay, cool. Time is quite handy. Right, so that was Philbo. Uriel.
Uriel's like, come on, Uriel, get it together. What's going on? He's like arguing with his sword as well. He's like, you start acting. What I'm probably supposed to be doing. Okay, everyone, I'm ready to go.
Has he got a little mirror that he does that?
Going on?
He's got a little
He's
mirror.
doing it in the
isn't he?
blade. He's doing it in the blade. So it looks like he's arguing with his sword. He's like, come on, Uriel, pull yourself together. You've killed lizard men before. It's not difficult. And after he's like sort of self-pep talk, he's decided that running around killing things is not working for him. So he's gonna try and do what the dwarf's doing. He's gonna casually, sort of like cautiously, walk up to here and be like, Philbo, can you see anything down there?
It's fucking dark.
All right. I'll have a look at this guy then, and he's going to start rooting around the lizard guy that's on the floor.
Oh,
at his
hey,
feet.
let's have a D20 roll on the treasure table.
14.
14, let me get to the right table. There's lots of really cool tables in this for like hazards, traps, features. You've got rumours that you can get at the tavern. Something happens table, which is cool. So there's loads of interesting things. Sorry, what did you roll? 14. 14. Oh. The creature has in like a pouch on the belt, which is a bit gross and manky and sort of mucusy. 2 empty glass vials.
Any use to any of you guys? Anyone want glass vials?
I can put them with my other glass bottles.
You're running away, but you can have them if you want them.
Oh, okay.
I could hold them out like, here's Aldini, here's Aldini.
Come on, Sardini, come back, Sardini, come on. Come on, Sardini.
In fact, roll a d20.
Who, me?
Yep.
Okay, 1 second. Boop. 13.
One of the vials is not empty. It has a clear, slightly cloudy liquid inside. They looked, when you picked them up, they both looked empty. But now you're kind of going, oh, like this. You're like, oh, that one's actually got something in it.
I'm still I have no idea about potions.
Sure.
I'm
sure.
a fighter.
Okay. On my go, Philbo, you hear like movement, like someone moving out into the corridor.
Can I warn anyone or?
Well, you can say, I can hear someone. That's fine. Yeah.
Boy, it's another one.
What? Anything else you want to do?
Oh, is it my go? Or
Oh, no, sorry. No, it's not your
no,
go.
I think
It's not your go. You're right. Thank you for keeping me in check. It is Elbin's go. Elbin, you're standing in the room. Zaldini, who has the newly lit torch, has run away in the opposite direction. A little bit. But he has got like a big arrow wound. So you can kind of understand. He's only a little goblin. And there's this tunnel to the south, which is now engulfed in darkness. But you can hear people moving down the corridor. Okay. And you're aware that they can see in the dark.
He's running away shouting, healer, 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 healer. Well, I understood at least one. Yeah. So I will...
He's only 2 squares away from you.
Yeah. Walking over to Zaldini, muttering like in Dwarvish, please, I'm sorry, I've got to heal him. I know he's nowhere full of obeyed any of the laws of dungeon exploring or, but like it's a preemptive apology.
Yeah, he's not lawful in any way.
Yeah, and I'm so sorry about this. And then I will cast or attempt to cast Cure Wounds on Zaldini.
Here we go. This is why we have a priest in the party, right?
Yeah. 8 plus 4 is 12. Just. DC is 11.
Yep.
Just.
Okay. So what does Cure Wounds do?
So I have to touch the goblin, which is why I have to go to him. Like put my hands in and like, please, I hope this puts some common sense into you. And I put my hand over pull the arrow out.
Yep.
Put my hand and then heal him for more hit points than he's ever had in his whole existence. That's 5 points of healing, which he doesn't get to keep on all over them.
It's hyperactive. Yeah. You feel this glowing. You feel this warmth, and there's a glow of light, and the dwarf has a troubled look upon their face as they look at you, and you're like. Right, so you move 2 squares. You can move back to where you were, so you're near the tunnel to move forward if you want.
Yeah, I've still got Shield of Faith. I've got a couple of rounds left.
Okay, cool.
This is 3.
Okay, so
I've
got 2 more.
I've got two more left.
Okay, cool.
So I will, if I can get like a bit further, get towards where the shuffling is coming from.
Sure.
Where the other folks shot from.
Okay, so Zaldini. You've just been healed. This magic is amazing.
So Zaldini, feeling the world is just like this amazing place to be, is going to walk the 3 squares to there, and then he's going to shout down the corridor in Draconian. Yeah, you see these 2 guys here that I zapped? Yeah, that's going to happen to you. Step out. Come on, come on. I'm going to try and goad them into stepping out.
Well, as you step there, you can see that there's actually one down the end of the corridor with bow and arrow in hand.
Right, magic missile. Eat my bow. Oh, I got what's that? 12. Okay. Oh no, hang on. Because let me just do that.
You rolled a 7.
Okay. Yeah, 7. So 7
plus 4.
Plus 4.
It's 11.
Is 11.
And that's what you need, right? So you've cast your magic missile.
I've cast my magic missile. D4 damage. I have advantage, that's fine. D4 damage, so D4. So 2. I'll do 2 damage.
Okay.
And then because I have learnt, I shall step back in, and I shall mutter in some other language. Thanian. I'll go back to Thanian. I shall mutter, "Yeah, I showed him. I showed him."
This goblin, this goblin is crazy, but clearly just fired a magic missile, and you heard an impact and like down the corridor. So, Philbo, you're at the corner, right? And you can. What are you doing? You've moved back with the torch, or are you going to drop the torch there?
No, because I'm okay with the torch. Oh yeah.
Because now I can't see down the corridor.
Yeah.
Well,
I
someone else
can't
can take
see
it
him.
off me. Who
Who are you going to hand it to?
If someone else wants to take it off me, then they can. I mean, I'm not going to resist if someone grabs a torch to shine it down there.
You could have thrown it down the corridor if you want. Just chucked it a couple of squares down the corridor.
I shall hand it to Philbo. I shall offer it to Philbo,
Okay.
and if he doesn't take it, then I'll throw it down the corridor. That's fine.
Philbo, do you want to
Philbo.
carry a torch?
We'll take it, but go. What am I meant to do with that?
Well,
And I'm holding the torch and sort of reaching for my crossbow, but I've still got my knife as well. Oh.
Peering round the corner, you can see the bow folk down the far end. There's a folk with a bow.
Could I single-handedly crossbow?
Is it loaded?
Currently,
You
probably
reloaded
not.
it. Did you reload it?
Yeah, I didn't stop around to reload it. So
Right, I'll let you do it with disadvantage.
go on then.
Like you're like.
Yeah.
Why not? You're a funky like halfling thief with a few gadgets and things, and it's a bit of fun. So why not? So yeah,
I'll
disadvantage.
waggle the fire at the lizard folk just to get his attention. So he definitely peers
It
out.
looks at you and you're like. What did we get?
7
Oh.
plus 3, 10. I got a 20, but the other one was a 7. So plus 3 is 10.
Yeah, you miss. So like hits the wall, bounces off the wall. But you can see that there is an alcove here. Looks like some sort of alcove, maybe an entrance to a room. You're not sure. That you could jump into and be out of view, but you obviously don't know what's beyond that.
I'll turn back to Uriel and go, wait, there's a little alcove down there. You should go in there. And I'll waggle the flame at it again.
Okay, so you're waggling the flame. Okay, cool. Right, Uriel, your go.
I mean, Uriel's a bit nervous about this because he's followed Philbo's instructions 3 times now, and it hasn't gone well for him. In fact, at one point, Philbo almost stabbed him in the leg. So, but at the same time,
We're in the way.
We're in this cagey engagement now where people are like, So Uriel's just going to go, oh, fine. Kind of steps over the top of the halfling, and as he does, grabs the flame, and he's going to run down the corridor to this point here. Now, as he's running, are there any like cracks in the wall or anything big enough to like jam the torch into as I'm running down? So it basically becomes a wall torch.
Yeah. let's say, like here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to ram it into there and then duck into the alcove.
Okay. Well,
So
as you duck into it, you see it's actually a small room, 15 feet on a side, a square, and the rooms are all covered in runes, and the runes are scrolling around the wall as if moving. And in the center of the room, there is a like plinth or table or it's like a solid bit of stone coming out of the ground, and on the top it's covered in runes that are kind of moving around on the surface.
do I recognise the language of the runes? I'm going to assume they're dwarven.
Looks like
because we're in a
looks like the stuff that Zaldini has in his spellbook.
Cool. I don't know what that means, so I'm not going to go in the room because I'm just going to assume that that's going to blow me up.
You do get a sense that there's a very slight glow, right? that you can now, if the torch went there, you would be able to pick up on it. There's a very slight glow in the room. Do you have any funky elven abilities or special senses?
No, I've got.
Okay.
No.
Fine. That's good. You are aware, though, that often such magical chambers might be trapped. You're not sure.
I'll leave the magic people to look at that. I'm not going any further. I'm simply just making myself flat against the wall so anyone that shoots up that corridor can't see me.
Okay, yes. You're in a concealed. You're like ducked in.
Yeah. So I'm sort of back to the wall, so
Yeah.
as if you were so the door sort of down the corridor is there on my shoulder, so they wouldn't be able to hit me. They'd have to come up and fight me, and I'm just there ready. So if something comes up, I'm gonna whack it.
Cool. Okay. So it's my go. The Philbo, you're peeking around the corner, right? Are you peeking around the corner?
I'm pretty sure I fired and then just sort of went. Ugh.
Okay, you ducked behind. Yeah, no, that's cool. Well, I was going to say you might see something, but as it is, none of you see the thing.
I don't want to see it.
And you all hear like.
Does Simon understand any of that? Does Zaldini understand it? Are they talking?
It sounded like when you murdered one of the lizard folk. It sounded like that sound.
Something's just murdered lizards.
Okay, right. Okay, right. Yeah, cool. Sorry, just checking. I've got to scroll through the PDFs a lot, so I'm just like figuring it all out. So let me just do this. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, cool. Right. So, you all heard that. Now it's Elbin's turn. Elbin, there's a corridor leading south. It goes down quite a way.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of a third of the way down, there's a little entrance into a room that Uriel's ducked into. 2/3 of the way down, there's an entrance on either side of the corridor, and then all the way at the bottom, it looks you can't kind of see. It's dark down there, but there was horrible death noises down the end.
Oh, I think something's got a bigger body count than we have. All right. I will. 2 rounds of Shield of Faith still up.
Yep.
I will down the middle of the corridor, just a little bit ahead of
Uriel.
Uriel.
Okay.
And I will.
As you come down the corridor,
Mhm.
as you get closer to the bottom, you can see that actually you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've moved 6 spaces, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can see on the west side, so as you're looking down on your right hand side, there's a lizard folk ducked into that doorway.
Oh, right.
There is another doorway on the left that you could move into. Currently, you're not in close combat range, but you've made your whole move. So you could use your action to make another move, to move further down so you're close enough to it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could duck into another room.
No, I'll move. I'll move like three more squares forward, and I'll wait. Like I know there's
level,
like
you'd be level with him.
Oh, well, maybe I'll just move 2 squares. Like I want him to come out.
Okay,
so
right.
other
So you could
folks
just
can
step.
be able to like.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
you're probably best off staying where you were then. So
Oh,
that
okay.
he has
I'll
to,
stay there,
He has to step around to shoot at you properly.
and I will just stand there and be
Okay.
like, "Come on, then,
Yeah.
come on."
You can hear like a noise down the end of the corridor.
The kraken.
Zaldini, your go.
Zaldini is going to take the dwarf's advice and stand behind the dwarf. Zaldini's finally, worked out what the dwarf said right at the very start.
Yep.
Stand behind the dwarf.
Okay. So you're going to move down there.
Yeah.
You can see into that room that Uriel's standing in front of, and there's like spell runes written all over the walls, and they're literally the runes are moving around the wall as if, these carvings into the wall are these lines are all moving around the walls. Like in the stock market when the little numbers all roll around, but imagine the runes are carved.
Right, I should go into the room and try and decipher what the room is.
Okay.
Or what the meaning of the room is.
Okay. The in the center of the room there's a big plinth, and on that plinth is inscribed. Bear with me one moment. One, two, three, four. Right, roll a d12.
This dice rolling bit's really easy to do, isn't it? Now I've worked it out.
Huh.
So I got a 10.
Okay, 10. So inscribed on the plinth is the spell Magic Missile.
Ah.
But it seems to be moving. Like the runes are kind of moving.
So I don't know how you learn spells in this. Whether you
can spend a day to make a roll and learn a spell, and like becomes one of your your spell book.
Yeah. I'll just shout out, "I got this one."
Okay. Cool. Right, Philbo. There's now a torch in the wall. There's a dwarf in the corridor presenting a shield wall of one. That's all you need with a dwarf.
I'm gonna first start off by reloading my crossbow.
Okay, good idea.
And then, rather than an action, I'll use a second move to just sort of move up and squat behind the dwarf with the shield.
Okay.
And the magical armor of shiny godliness or whatever.
Lawfulness.
Yeah. Lawfulness? What's that about?
Okay. Uriel, your go.
So Uriel sees Zandini like messing around in this room and is like, knew it was something to do with magic. Whatever. And then he's gonna be like, Elbin, what do you see down there?
I don't know what's like making that weird noise, but there's a chap over here that could do with being dead.
Then I shall make him dead. And he like sprints down the hall and is like, ha ha! And decides to try and chop him in half.
Okay, go for
as
it.
As he's running, he's giving himself a pep talk.
I love this. I love this kind of self-motivational speaking. Oh my god, you rolled a 7.
Well, it comes in 11, but I'm sure that's not enough.
Yeah.
God damn it, Uriel! Ah!
It's
like the wall, is he?
Like, do you have a reroll left?
No, I only unless someone gave me another one along the way.
I don't think so.
I only had the one from earlier, so no.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you swing and a miss. Uriel, as you look around, you notice there are lots of very small spiders crawling across the floor. Right, it's my go. The lizard dude in front of you is going to he just drops his bow and he pulls out his short sword and goes to hit you. So I get a +2 on this. 18. Look at that. Bosh, how many hit points you got?
Got 7 remaining.
Okay, I've got D6 damage. 5 damage. Oh, here we go. I shouldn't enjoy it this much, but I do.
Okay, so I have 2 remaining.
2 hit points left. Okay, cool. And
Today was a good day to die.
Indeed. And you can hear like scuttling in the area in front of you. You're not sure what it is, but you've got an idea. Cool. Okay, so round to Elbin. Elbin, there's 10 feet gap in front of you down the corridor. Then Uriel's standing in a cross section.
Crossway, yeah.
And on the western side, there's a lizard folk right there. There's another doorway the other side, and then there's the corridor straight down, and there's the horrible noises straight down.
All right. Well, Uriel is not doing great, and
you see this thing like really stab him with this short sword, and he's like, ah.
Okay.
Probably cries a bit, you know.
Let out an elven whimper.
Yeah. That kind of thing.
All right. Well, I will. I will move down to Uriel.
Okay.
I want to where the corridor that the horrible noises was coming from.
It's
is
the
a
other.
different
It's
one.
beyond Uriel. So
Yeah.
it's
All
the
right. So
same corridor, but beyond Uriel is
further.
where the horrible.
So I want to have my shield. I want to be facing that, but being able to turn around and go, all right, Uriel, come on.
All right. So you're going to go beyond Uriel, turn around and heal him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
cool.
what I want to do.
Gotcha.
All right. So what do I need? 11 plus.
Yep.
7 plus 4 is 11.
You
is
guys
exactly
are jammy
it.
with your spellcasting rolls. Simon's done that twice as well.
Yeah.
Right,
So-
cool. So you heal Uriel. Oh, glowing light and warmth.
For 1 hit point. I guess it's just like.
Can't you re-roll hit point dice?
Can
No,
I?
that's just your hit points on your levels, isn't it, for being a dwarf?
Yeah, it's advantage on my hit point rolls when I
Yeah.
get my hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I heal Uriel for 1 point.
Unless some
of
viewer
health.
gives you a re-roll right now.
Oh, did I
You
have
know.
one already?
Oh, you had one already? Yeah.
All right.
Have you
I will
not used it?
No, I've not used
Oh,
it.
okay,
I
well,
will
there you
use
go.
it on this.
Yep.
Oh, that's good because I gave him 6 points of healing.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
No, just reach. I realize I'm a little bit too far away, and then plant my whole hand on his.
Is that your last round of shield?
It is yes.
At the end of this round.
Yeah.
So once
when
I've gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be like, just kill it, Uriel. Come on, and I will again prepare the shield.
Yep. You
And
just turn around and you're like, ooh.
yeah.
Cool. Okay. Right. Simon.
So am I aware of little spidery things yet?
There's a few spiders in the room, yeah.
Okay. If I'm aware of spidery things, and I've heard the sound from down the corridor, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I shall empty my oil flask, because the oil flask is like a skin, isn't it? As opposed to a bottle.
Yeah.
So I'm going to empty my oil flask into my glass bottle,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna walk out of the room, grab the torch on my way down. And when I get to about here, I'm going to throw the oil glass bottle to past the dwarf.
Okay.
And then I'm going to throw the torch over the dwarf's head.
Well, you can do one of those.
Well, I'll do the glass bottle. So
Okay.
it splashes the oil on the. Oh, do I do the torch first?
So you've got the torch on you.
I'll do. Yes, I've just grabbed it off the wall.
Okay, right. Okay, hang
So
on. Hang on. You can all see a bloody big spider down in a large octagonal room, which seems to have some kind of massive rend in the floor, and next to or sort of near it, there seems to be the blast marks of some kind of explosion on the floor. This bloody big spider looks like it's crawled out this hole in the ground, and it's kind of there's a dead lizard folk body on the floor nearby, and this thing is kind of there, kind of, and as you've come closer with the torch now, its 8 kind of glossy, soulless, evil eyes kind of turn around and take in your corridor, but it's in the room. You know, it's kind of it's big fucking spider as well.
So I'll throw the torch. I won't throw the glass. I'll throw the torch so that it lands at the opening, so that it stays in the corridor.
Okay, you got to throw it past 3 people. Let's have a dexterity roll. It's not going to be a hard difficulty, but this is just to represent that you might hit Elbin on the helmet on the way past.
So I roll 12, and I have +2 to my dexterity.
Okay, that's fine. So like here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
because then if I throw my glass bottle at it with the oil, then I'll create this like little burning,
a barrier kind of thing.
Basically a barrier of fire.
Okay, cool. Okay, I like the idea. So you throw the torch down there, and you see it go. Okay, so that's Aldini's go. Philbo, you've all seen this bloody big spider now. It's 10. It's like fills a 10 by 10. It's a large creature, right? So it's down there, and it's like going.
How does it feel about the fire?
It doesn't like the fire. It recoiled from the fire.
In that case, I'm gonna help my mate Uriel first.
Okay.
I'll move to here and sort of roll between his legs again with the crossbow.
As you move to there, in the space behind you, in the darkness of that chamber behind you, you kind of move into that space, and your arm brushes against webs. Big webs.
Still can help Uriel.
Yeah, sure. Right, so you're going to stab between his legs.
I'm going to shoot my crossbow between his legs at the, lizard.
Okay.
And I'll go, "You're too much in your head, mate."
Right. This is dangerous, right? Because you're shooting into combat. So I'm going to say if you roll a 1 to 5, you're going to shoot Uriel.
Wow.
Because it's like, it's pretty dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah. Does it feel surprising though to the lizard?
Oh yes,
person?
It is surprising to the lizard person. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's the important.
It's surprising to Uriel as well, or would you prefer it not to be surprising to Uriel?
No, it's fine that it's surprising to Uriel.
Okay, so you might sneak attack
17.
Oh, okay, well that's a hit. That's a hit.
I mean, I had to hit 1. So that's 2d6. A 6.
6 damage.
And is frozen in terror.
Yeah, indeed. The lizard folk is dead. And now Uriel and Philbo, all our cameras are about to pop out of sequence in a moment when Dan drops out of Zoom. Hello, we're back. Apologies. A slight technical fault with Uriel there. The elf has powered down. So, what we're going to do is, it's getting late in the UK anyway, and therefore in Belgium and other areas. So, what we're going to do is we're going to end the session there with you guys have just dispatched the lizard folk. You've spotted the bloody big spider, and there is a plan afoot to keep it at bay. And that's where we're going to end the session. Okay? And next week, we're going to have part 2 of our ShadowDark RPG one-shot.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if you get around the rest of the dungeon. Just showing some of the viewers this level of the dungeon. And who knows, maybe one day we could come back to it, extend it, do a bit more. I do like. I am enjoying it already, and it's only been one session, so it's really good fun. Cool. Okay. Well, thank you very much to my players. You've been awesome. Thank you very much to our viewers. What else is going on? We've got tonight, haven't we? We've got Shadows of Atlantis. Yeah.
Yeah.
And our North American buddies are off there doing their usual heroic craziness. I think then Aaron's running Conan on the Lollygaggers on Friday. Yeah, so go over to the Lollygaggers, and if you don't know the Lollygaggers, I'm putting it in the chat now.
Also, Jack from the Lollygaggers is very helpful, and will often post in Caster's channel in our Discord.
Yes,
like, we're streaming now, and they're doing some cool stuff.
Absolutely.
He was very helpful with the One Ring games.
Yeah.
He's
He's just a good dude all round. Yeah. They're all good on that channel. Cool. And then at the weekend we'll be uploading all of our shows to YouTube. And then next Tuesday we'll head back round to Coriolis.
Yeah. People have stayed awake during a portal jump. It's very sensible.
And using mystic powers in portal space. It's going to be fun.
It's gonna.
Yeah.
Nothing could go wrong.
It's your fault, Millie. And then Wednesday we'll be back for Gar, Shillings and Crossbones, Old World Pirate Adventures, where in the first session the ogre nearly killed someone in PvP. So there was spitting on a boot, and then the ogre didn't like it, so gave a backhand to the scryer and nearly took his head off. Did 8 wounds to him after toughness and armor. So yeah, so lots of fun there, and then background on the Thursday for the second part of this adventure. So hopefully you've enjoyed that. If you are watching us on Twitch, please don't forget that we will upload this at the weekend to YouTube. So come and join us on YouTube and give it a like. If you are watching this back on YouTube, thank you for sticking around to the end. And we love those watch minutes. But do come and follow us on Twitch. Come and join us on our Discord. We talk about all of our games, role-playing in general, and all kinds of other stuff, from food and movies, all kinds of things. Join our Garblag Games Patreon, where you can get loads of cool extras, things from our shows. You can join games with us, Garblags. So there's a load of cool stuff there, and there's a load of free stuff, even if you don't want to sign up on our Patreon. So I will whack some links in the chat, and if you're watching on YouTube, links are below. And also, I also have, shameless plug, the Heroic Deeds Patreon that I've just launched, which is my own game setting and system all in one, and this map that I've been using is part of that, which will be the first dungeon that I'll be giving away to patrons as part of Bogdumaraz, the Heroic Deeds mega dungeon. So you can get that there. So that's cool. Anything else I've forgotten, Millie? No. Cool.
Oh, Liz, what?
Can I do a shameless plug?
Go for it.
Absolutely.
Do it.
Buy my book, Epic Fantasy. If you like this kind of thing, should be right up your street. A World Failed, available on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and probably some other stuff, but I can't remember which. Just ask me, I'll tell you. I'll look it up. Anyway, that's it.
We need a link for that so we can put it in the chat. But yeah. Oh, here you go. Hang on. Look at that. Quick fingers. Wow. There we go. There you go. A World Veiled.
Thanks.
Check that out. It looks awesome. It's got some really cool cover art. I need to buy it and read it. I just don't have a lot of time at the moment. Work's been crazy and all of this jazz, but I will be reading that. So that's cool.
If you give me a little bit of time, I'm probably going to do the prologue at the very least as an audio bit on YouTube at some point, just to give people a little taste.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us. We're Garblag Games. That was ShadowDark RPG, a taster of the quick start rules. We probably got a bunch of it wrong. If we did, and you're watching on YouTube, put it in the comments. That's cool. And we will try and fix it for next time. But until then, stay safe and happy gaming. Bye-bye.